Yeah, really good, really good.
Morgan, this is John saying.
That's a lot of cameras. Wow.
Just a few, a few.
I think that's as many cameras as I've ever seen on the round table.
All right, we win.
Yeah.
Get the prize.
That's good.
We do. So how's your trip over?
Very, very good. Yeah, it's just quick as always, but it's always a pleasure to be here. It's always great.
Well, we're just kind of getting you warmed up for what's going to happen when you cross.
I know what's going to happen when I get out there.
All right.
You guys might warm up.
We are. We'll be back in the room going, don't worry, go for it. Don't forget, everyone's there for you. That's the best part, right?
I know that,
you can do no wrong up there, really.
Well, that's what's brilliant, because we've been filming from March at time, and we're in the flow of filming. We're in that zone, and now suddenly we come here and we get this burst of energy from people who see the end result, because it's always difficult for us to realise the end result. I think when you're filming, even though we're in their 5th season, but now you've got people who are going, "Man, we love Merlin," and it's exciting. It gives us a boost going back. It's going to be a breeze. When I get back now.
Yeah, just kind of energized for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, does Merlin's relationship now with the Knights change, considering everything that
Yeah, it does definitely change this year. There's because the Knights are this kind of band of brothers who are there for each other. And Merlin's not a knight. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter in that respect, and he's not like them, and they don't know why, obviously. But he's their relationship does change, because he gains a lot of respect, particularly in one episode when Merlin becomes the leader. He's entering into the stage of I think manhood this season, which we've never seen before. There's a huge maturing of all the characters, but I think particularly for Merlin, it's business time, and he's going to take care of it.
After 5 years of playing the character, are there still things about Merlin that surprise you?
Definitely. There's, I surprise myself, and the script surprised me, and that's what it's all about. And the fans are going to be surprised when they see what direction we're going this year, because Merlin is. Again, I keep touching on it, but he is entering. We've seen him as the boy. We've seen that going through, and now he's been given things which he sees a vision right at the very beginning, which just changes everything. He right from the get-go, he knows things are coming to a head, and that he has to up his game. He has to become more powerful. He has to be more mature. He has to think things through in a more complicated and dynamic way.
Will Merlin have more trouble keeping his secret now that he's obviously more powerful by this point?
For sure. He's in fact there's several situations where Arthur has to directly confront magic in a way that could be good for everyone, that could be good for the kingdom, but there is something massive in the way that it isn't right. Merlin has to make sure that everything is in place, and sometimes that means denying himself, which is hard, but he has to do it.
Now that Mordred's back, he's one of the people who knows Merlin's secret. How does Merlin going to feel about it?
That's a big thing in the show, is that Mordred's back, but he's not the Mordred that we knew, obviously physically. But there's something else that Merlin doesn't respect in him. Everyone, I think he likes him, but he's denying a huge part of who he is, and part of that is his magic, and that's a really, really disturbing thing, because there's a telepathic thing, for example, between them that isn't there anymore, or maybe it is, but maybe Mordred's done something. There's a huge intrigue about that character, which Merlin can't work out, but that's the huge worry, that's the big threat, and that's the big force that he needs to fight.
Will we see Merlin ever find himself in conflict with the darker sides of magic? Will there be temptation there?
Absolutely. That's one of the things. That's a huge theme. I think this year. This year's touching more on the magic. I don't think we've seen enough of it so far. We haven't. The show is centered. Merlin witnesses a lot of things, but not a lot of things happen directly to him. He's in witness of it all and has to act. But magic is one of the big themes this year, in which he's forced to confront elements of himself that are a little bit scary, I think. That he doesn't like to do what he has to do, and the people that he has to confront in a way are it's necessary. I think that's it. I think it's necessary.
And I hate to ask, but to follow up, I'm dying to ask this too, because in the last or second to last episode of season 4, the moment when Merlin pretty much takes out Agravain, there's a look on your face that conveys it all. Like, I don't want to have to do this, but I have to do this.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like that's the edge that Merlin had to cross.
Yeah,
at that
that's
point.
definitely it. That's a definite reference for me for this season, because that for me was a crossroads. That was a tipping over into a side of him that was scary for himself. That happened, and he went. That was almost like a step over into right. Things are now. He's a changed guy.
Yeah.
And he is. I think he is. He's still going to deal with things in the way Merlin does, but he's going to give as good as he gets this year.
With more magic and 2 dragons, are you doing more green screen filming for CG than before?
A lot. There's a lot this year. They're creating a lot of 3D environments this year as they did last year. They experimented a lot more with that. And this is happening even more this year. To the point where you do spend a lot of your day just seeing green, and coming from Ireland you think I'd love it, but no. There is a lot more CGI this year, particularly in the first 6 episodes. They've upped it again. This is the most ambitious I think they've been. In fact, there's a whole new technology they're using to create this character within the first 2 episodes, which is nothing like I've ever seen before. When you were working with this lady who was doing the character, she looked like something from Throne. It was like, I'm really excited to see how they're going to create a whole 3D character like you would for a game. Like in fact, they used the same technology that they used for like Xbox to create characters to create this character. So I really want to see what that looks like.
Speaking of games, the Facebook game's coming, and then the Nintendo DS game is coming. Have you seen? So, what's been your reaction to that? And have you seen anything from the screens and stuff like that?
We've been asking for so long about a game, because we were thinking, Merlin would make a great game. It'd be awesome. And now it's here, and it looks brilliant. I was just seeing footage from it. It looks really cool. I haven't played it yet because it hasn't been finished.
Yeah.
But the guys who created the game are here today, and they've showed us lots of stuff from it, and I think it's going to be really cool. And I personally want it for my DS.
Yeah.
Well, it is you, after all.
Right.
Exactly. I'll let no one see him playing it. They'll be like, "Go Merlin, go!"
So did you guys voice the game and everything?
No, we didn't.
No.
So we had nothing. So I don't know if stock footage from however many hours we put into the past 4 seasons of being there, I guess.
So real quick, fun question. You come to California, but you have to fly straight back and get back to work. If you could go anywhere in California right now, where would you go?
I really want to go to. Is it Six Flags? I really want to go to Six Flags. That's it really
I
bad.
live half an hour from there. Come on over.
Really? I really want to go.